Terry!
His entrance is without fanfare. Other things with higher priorities are happening, and he is content to ease into the day. For when it is time for him to gear up, he will have no rest. His name is Tom Moo, and he is the producer for the 6 o'clock newscast.
We're about 4 minutes fat now.
4 fat? Good.
That's if a couple of things we're working on fall through.
If the assignment editor is responsible for finding the stories to cover and getting them covered, the producer is responsible for deciding in which order they will run on the news. Moo finds out from Dennis Kauf about the story that B.B. Emmerman is doing.
People ripping off pedigree dogs and then selling them to auctions and things of that sort.
There is some concern about the top story of the day, the story on security at the airport in light of the morning's hijacking from Atlanta to Havana. Terry Anzer will have to rely on material provided by a television station in Miami. The guesswork, the plotting, the mental gymnastics begin.
If we don't get that video from Miami or from Charleston, we don't have any video of the hijacked plane.
Jocelyn Dorsey and producer Chuck Baker are preparing the noon news. Technician Tony Light motors in. Reporter Lynn Harrison and photographer Bill Jordan bring in an early story. They go to one of the electronic editing booths where they can look at what they've shot and begin to put it together.
Any way we can wire the audio off and get it?
We have a button breakdown.
There is a tension that is building. It is always present as long as there is an element of unknown about how the 6 o'clock news is going to look. It is a positive tension. It gets the juices flowing, but it is tension nonetheless. Even in the midst of all this tension, however, members of the newsroom do not lose sight of perhaps the most important event of their day next to the news itself.
Steak and cheese with mushrooms.
You order wings or order wings? Big order wings.
Whoa! Yes, good stuff.
Lunch. Production assistant Cynthia Swan takes orders and money and journeys out to get chicken wings. Of course, some can't wait for her to get back. Producer Tom Moo keeps in touch with the crews in the field to find out how they are doing and whether they have any special problems or requests.
You're in 2 cars, right? Yeah, she's got a 1:30 be there assignment at the rehab center.
And the staff in the newsroom keeps a constant eye on the wire machines that automatically type out the day's events.
Bulletin. I wish this would type faster. It drives me crazy.
Buenos Aires,
Argentina. A coup. Military coup. Oh, I bet an embassy has been taken over. Somoza was assassinated. Somoza.
It is time for Moo to put his day into some kind of formal order. News director Dick Mallory issues invitations to the 2 o'clock meeting.
2 o'clock.
You know where your stories are?
You know where your stories are.
Assignment editor Kauf and executive producer Dick Bird join Mallory and Moo. This is the opportunity for Moo to tell the staff what his show is looking like.
Meeting with the hijacking, Terry's package, coming behind with Lynn's package on the construction cleanup. We're leading the 30s with the dog napping story, BB's piece.
And this is the opportunity for the staff to make suggestions, to flip-flop stories, to rearrange more mental gymnastics.
Right, but if the MARTA, I'm saying if the MARTA audit becomes as big as it might, then we can flip up the whole segment.
The meeting breaks up. The tension increases. The chicken wings arrive. And Tom Moo puts on paper what his 6 o'clock newscast is going to look like. He types a format, an outline, a roadmap, which the staff can use to guide them toward the newscast. Having a 6 o'clock newscast on paper is one thing. Actually putting it together is another. You will see that process tomorrow. Mark Picard, Action News.